Alright guys, wow. Okay, here is Limbus company. I mean, it's free, so I think there may be like in-game purchases or something. I'm not sure. And there's Lobotomy Corporation. Face the Fear. There's I forget, it's like Big Eye or something? Big Bird. I'm not sure. I haven't watched anything on YouTube about like what's going on with this game, and so I'm just going in this game here blind. I need to turn down the music a little bit, but I am going into this game blind. Downloading stuff here. I think it's actually a mobile game, and I don't know what to expect from a mobile game. So this is supposed to be I think it's like on mobile, like the phone resolution, but I guess like this this resolution is still pretty good, like even on the computer. So we have the city and the nest, the wings, Lobotomy Corporation, energy company that produces an ample supply of power for the city. The corporation has fallen since the White Nights and Dark Days incident, and the spot of Nest L's wing remains unclaimed to this day. Because the former Else Corp's electric grids had encompassed the city, its branches were built in various places. Though these branch facilities have all fallen to ruin with the collapse of the wing, you should still be able to find valuable goods, along with possibly the most dangerous beings you'll face. And so we have like a kind of a lore here before while we're waiting for the game to download. And so yeah, I mean, on this channel before, I've played Library of Runa, because it was just a very, I mean, it had cards in it, and I was like, oh, it looks pretty interesting. And then I'm like really into deck building games and like card stuff, so I was like, okay, I'll just check this game out. Library of Runa, it seems like at the time it was just first releasing, and it was just like releasing on Steam. At least I think it was like released on some other some other game platform before, and then it's like people have already played it, and then I was like, I didn't know anything about it, so I just went in blind as well. And yeah, I found it to be quite interesting. The story is really good, so that's really good, really cool. And after that, it was like that whole Library of Runa series lasted like 3-4 months, because it was just like over 100. I think it's like about 100 episodes. I think it's even maybe more than 100 episodes. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just check Lobotomy Corporation out as well. And then I played Lobotomy Corporation for like one playthrough, and then I was trying to go for the second playthrough, and then it's like it was kind of a little bit boring, because you do have to grind in that game a lot. It's a lot more grinding than like, so you're not, the gameplay is not technically quote-unquote gameplay, but it's like it's grinding, right? It's like it's like you're playing an RPG, but it's not actually an RPG, if you know what I mean. so I like kind of dropped it, but now and I was like doing other games, playing other games, and doing other stuff. So yeah, so that's like the other games, or like have been played quite a few games since then, and then like Elden Ring was really good. And I guess I've been just I don't quite remember what I played. I think like after Lobotomy Corporation, it was Elden Ring for a long time, and because Elden Ring was really long as well, and then I played something else and then while I was waiting for the Marvel Midnight Suns, and then now Midnight Suns is finished. I don't remember what I played like through all this time. I mean, I might as well just check it since we're waiting for this to download. But yeah, but pretty cool. I'm not sure what they are gonna offer us in this game. Hopefully, like, the free content is good enough and that I don't have to actually pay for stuff. I need to go to my playlist or yeah, play. Well, why don't I don't see my playlist here? Oh yeah, there's Cult of the Lamb as well. That was, I guess that was this year. And then, oh yeah, Dome Keeper and Circus Electric. Oh yeah, and I played Cuphead. Let's see the progress here. Still 6 out of 11. This is gonna take a while. But I mean, I guess I'll talk about something else, I guess. I mean, I've been watching The Last of Us. I guess everybody's been watching The Last of Us. Yeah, like, even though the characters, I think Joel actually looks pretty similar to the game version of Joel, but of course Ellie's like, like it's fine. Like the like they can't find. Maybe they can't find like an actor who looks like the Ellie from the video game, but I guess like the personality is kinda similar. Maybe I don't really remember what happened, like what's Ellie's character like at the beginning of the game, but I guess maybe they're kind of similar. But I know like she's pretty fearless. She's pretty like, she has that fearless nature to her, and you can see I've been only watching like the first 2 episodes so far, and it's been pretty accurate if I say so myself. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, what have I been doing? I guess I've been kind of into, or not kind of into, but like almost like all in on board game stuff, and I've been like watching board game YouTube videos as well. Been doing like YouTube like buying board games myself as well, backing them on Kickstarter or GameFound. So been quite into board game stuff, and I mean, board games, man, it's kind of like video games, but you're actually playing with other people, like in a friendly manner. Like, I know that there are what is it called? There are like competitive video games like League of Legends, TFT, all that stuff, Valorant, all that stuff. But I mean, it's not the same, right? Like, you're actually playing board games with your friends. It can't be connected. The fuck? it working now? Okay, I guess I have to like maybe there are too many people playing this game? Is that why? But I guess I'll try again later. I'll try this again at another day. I'm not sure why the internet's working fine for me, so I don't know why this is happening. I guess it's maybe because the game's just released and everybody's playing it, and then it's like the server is not keeping up or can't keep up. I didn't know this is that popular of a game. I guess it's pretty popular, but I didn't know it was so popular. Yeah, I guess I'll come back another day and continue my recording then. Alright. Alright guys, so now it works. And there is I guess Korean dub? So we'll just use the Korean dub instead, and instead of commentating. Or never mind, there's okay, I guess there's this me who's like, it's not the who doesn't have a voice. You dare interrupt me just as I was engraving the blank. You must be out of your...
엄밀히 따져보면 스승님이 하려는 게 도시의 금기는 아니더라. 아무도 시도할 생각조차 못했던
kind of thing that no one has ever dared to consider. You catch my drift?
어라?
Lion. Who is lion? Would you look at that? Panther.
원래 당신 같은 자들은 준비성조차 철저한가?
Okay, I mean this is like a very kind of a similar opening than to Library of Runa. You managed to get a different head in so fast. Do people like you always come prepared? Oh, this is me. I'm the clock guy. Just wait till I get the... You'll be no match for my... I guess that new noggin doesn't come with a mouth, huh? Yep. Thinking it's all I can hear. You think they're screaming on the inside? It's ticking faster, so I guess they can still feel pain. Damn it, why am I being attacked? Not good. Memories are dissolving already. The blank was done too quickly. What? They've gone quite already. Let's get this over with. Wolf. This is a place no one visits and somewhere none can see. What's a hurry? We must follow her teachings. We can't drag on any longer. Yeah, but... this is a moment of a lifetime. We're not gonna get a second chance to kill someone of this caliber. I think we're kind of we're color, maybe? Lion, you have a tendency to grow too emotional during your jobs. I hope you show some discretion. It's a shame. I wanted to have a look at your face. I reckon you won't tell us where your star is, right? Okay, so it is we are kind of a star, right? Star in the city? At least the danger level is star in the city? Star off the city? I think it's star off the city. Damn it, what was blank supposed to be again? My memories are escaping me too quickly. Right, no mouth. Which in turn means we won't learn how to acquire it from this person. Can I end up now? Sure. Huh? Hey, what's that noise? Don't tell me, Panther. Did you allow yourself
설마
to be
뒤에다가
trapped?
추적자들은
아니, 쫓아올
No,
자는 아무도
there was
없었어.
no one that could have pursued me. Perhaps a wild animal?
짐승 소리가 아니야.
This is not the sound of a beast would make. It's
버스.
a bus?
저런 게
How did it
어떻게
even
여기까지
end up here?
들어왔지?
조난당한
Must have
버스인가
taken a
보다.
wrong turn.
길을
The
잘못 든
price they'll pay for taking the wrong road will be heavier than they expect. Well,
사자가
who's taking whose life? The bested lion's strength?
여전히 내 눈이 틀림없다면
If my eyes are still right, then you will reach the harbor of glory. Who are you? That nameplate says Boughs?
어두운 숲에서
You lost your way in a dark forest. I'm sorry, what?
하지만 당신은
Yet you are not overcome
두렵지
with fear.
않았어요.
Why was that?
왜
That's... I could simply lift my head to find the star.
그래요.
That's right.
이제 그
Now
형상을
repeat
되뇌면서
with the heart what I
제가
tell
하는
you
말을 마음으로
aloud as you remind yourself of that
너의
image.
별을
Follow
따라가거라.
your star. Follow your star. At that moment, I felt a sudden thump in my head, followed by the sting of several chains penetrating my chest.
걱정하지 마세요.
Relax. Though it may feel otherwise, your heart is still functional.
이것으로 계약은
With this, the pact
만료되었습니다.
has been sealed.
단테, 이제 저희는
Dante?
당신의 시간에
From this
귀속되었습니다.
day forth, we're bound to your time. I'm playing as Dante? What do
이제
you...
저희의 심장이 멎고 뛰면
The beating of our hearts now
당신의
depends on where your
어디
hands
위치하는지에
fall.
따라 달렸습니다.
Or I guess we are playing as like the train master, right? And then we're like kind of leading like a train, the train, driving a train or something like that. I hope you'll make a fine leader. Are?
정말
Is that
이걸로 된
really
건가요?
everything?
사과 한 알이 떨어졌어.
A single apple has fallen. This guy's still
사람은
not
아직도
making any
이상한
sense.
소리만 하네.
찌뿌둥해. 이제
The
움직여도
weight
되는
was
거지?
killing me. Finally some action now?
뭐
Well, I
몸을
guess we
풀어보는
could
것도
use a
나쁘진
little
않겠지.
warm-up.
불쌍하게 나뒹굴고
What
있는
is that
저승
wretch miserably within
마지막
on
대원이
the
될 자인가?
ground? Are they to be the newest addition to the team? You might want to watch your words.
우리
I heard
상사들
that's our
때문에
soon-to-be boss.
습격은 순식간이었을 텐데
The attack must have
용케 머리를
happened in an
숨겼군요.
instant. I'm impressed you managed to hide your head. Who are you people? And what's up with this bus?
우리는 당신을 돕기 위해
We're
찾아온
bearers of
정의의
justice
사자들.
who have come to aid you.
이건
And this is a magical
원하는
bus
곳은
that takes
어디든 갈
us
수
wherever
있는
we wish to
마실
go.
버스죠.
I guess it's not a train, it's a bus? Justice? Bus? I
그런
don't.
대답을 바라는 거
Wasn't
아니었어요?
that what you expected to
그렇게
hear?
생각하는 쪽이
Either way,
마음
you're better
편할
off
때요.
believing us to be your saviors.
시간도 없고
We're racing
유리한
against
상황도
time,
아니니까.
and the situation isn't in your
하지만
favor.
한 번만
So let me
설명하죠.
explain this once. Okay, there was a bit of a bug there. So if not, I'm not mistaken here, and I do as you said, those total strangers will fight for me.
맞아요.
Correct.
당신이
So long as
올바르게
you
명령을
give them the right orders. Alright, so we'll kill these arrogant vandals dead. Then I'll go back to where I was and what was I doing? Where was I when I did that? Something extremely important was upon me. Something I shouldn't forget.
진정해요.
Calm down.
그 머리로
It's only
기억이
natural to
온전합니다.
happen with your current head.
지금은 눈앞에 놓인
You should
전투에
focus on the
집중하죠,
struggle
단테.
at hand, Dante.
시
Pardon, I'm not sure how I
뭐라고
should
불러야
address you.
시계 지휘관님?
Would Commander Clock suffice?
전투
In any
명령을
case, we
내려주십시오.
await your orders.
뭘 명령까지야.
Do we
각계에서
really
들어올 때 답이
need
없지 않나?
orders? Seems like going one-on-one is the only way.
저기요.
Quit running off your mouth. We just need to crush them all.
최선을
Please do your
다해주세요.
best, Dante.
단테.
There's no two ways about it, I suppose. Alright, so this is the tutorial here. I thought the clock person in the trailers is actually like a boss, but I guess not. Basics of management and command. You can give orders to the sinners by connecting chaining skills on the dashboard at the bottom of the screen. Try pressing this gear on the left. Alright, let me make this a bit bigger. It's a little bit small. So apparently on the PC, you can drag it to be bigger. But the thing is, if I drag it to be bigger, I have to change my resolution as well, or change my change OBS settings or the OBS zoom scale. I mean, by pressing this gear on the left. From here, form a chain of skills all the way to the gear on the right. Okay, after you form a chain of skills, press the right gear to begin combat. Okay, so it's like Library of Runa, but there is, instead of playing cards, appears we need a powerful attack. Let's form a proper chain for it. Okay, so what is this chain? By chaining 2 or more skills of the same affinity this turn, you will cause a resonance. Okay. Causing sin resonance. Resonance boosts the damage of skills with the same sin affinity. So the more of the color of the same color you have, the better. The damage of each skill is boosted by the number of skills that come before it.
금방 다녀올게.
Well, it seems like we're not winning at all. That was enough. You must strike them even harder. Try chaining our skills again. By chaining 3 or more skills of the same affinity in direct succession, you will cause absolute resonance. As we just covered, chaining 3 or more skills of the same affinity in succession causes absolute resonance. Every skill under absolute resonance receives a damage boost based on their total number. Likewise, this boost especially shines with more resonating skills.
좋아, 간다.
이 정도야?
Okay, well... Okay, so there is stagger. You will find yellow stagger thresholds on the health bars of both your sinners and the enemies. What is stagger? When an attack puts a unit's HP below one of the yellow line thresholds. Oh, there is a okay. There's a line on the health bar instead. While staggered, all physical resistances change to fatal. If a unit's HP drops past multiple stagger thresholds in a single turn, their stagger level will increase. The stagger level can go up to 3, and as it increases, the damage the unit takes is amplified. Now keep up with the fight with what I've taught you so far. So
금방 다녀올게.
I'm not doing any damage. I don't. And I'm what? What am I doing here?
금방 다녀올게.
Wow, okay. I just got obliterated. Well, it's a part of the story.
이해가 되지 않는군.
Scripted defeat,
이런
so
것들에게 사자가 당했다고.
I don't get it. This is what life struggled against?
잠깐만.
Whoa, hang on.
아저.
I know this is kind of weird coming from someone who you were just fighting, but I'm pretty sure we can talk this. Oh, Sinner 13.
이건
That's this one with sinners. This
이상적이지 않소.
is unideal. I knew
처음부터
it was
말이
a
안 되는
ridiculous
싸움이라고
idea to put up a
생각했는데.
fight against them.
다들 장난해? 난
Are you
시작도.
kidding? I haven't even. What the hell is going on? You said you'll fight in my stead.
이겨준다는 말은 안
You
했어요.
never promised to win in said fights. What?
그리고
And it
저만
seems that
남았네요.
I'm the only survivor. Okay, so you were waiting for this? You have some hidden card up your sleeve, right?
비장의
Not
수라기보단
necessarily a trump,
그죠.
no. Rather,
별을
it's about following the star.
따라가는 거죠.
단체로 자살놀이라도
What
하는
is
건가?
some kind of suicidal
참 유쾌하진
performance?
않군.
Not the funniest lives to end. What am I supposed to do? You jumped in triumphantly only to die like flies. I can't remember a thing about the past since I repeated what she said. Is this how I die?
뱀에게 전해라, 거짓 사자.
How is a serpent this? False lion.
이건 막을 수 없는 흐름.
Man with red eyes. This flow cannot be stopped. Lion.
왜?
Man with red eyes? Red? But why?
내가 왜 팔다리만
Do you know
잘라낸 줄
why
아나?
I only dismembered those two?
그래야
Because at least one of you
사지멀쩡한 네가
needs to be able to
저들을
carry the
데리고
rest out of you.
허둥지둥 이곳을 벗어날 테니까. 달아난 팔과
And you're the
다리를
only one left
대체해줄
to offer
놈이
them any help.
너밖에 없으니.
붉은
The
시선.
red gaze.
그렇게 노려보지 마.
Don't glare at me like that. This is nothing compared to what you did.
별것도 아니잖아. 그 정도
With wounds
부상이면
like those, I'm sure your boss will recognize that you did your part. consider them a medal of
황장처럼
honor.
여기라고. 아니면
Unless
여기서
you want this to be the
명줄을
end
놓고
of your
싶은가?
life. Who are you one of them? You're too late. They're already...
늦은 건 아무것도
No one is
없습니다.
too late, Dante.
우리에게
There's
필요한
only
건
one
오직
thing we need.
되돌릴
A little time to
시간뿐이니까.
rewind. Okay, so there is rewind. Okay, so it's like a combination of Lobotomy Corporation and the Library of Runa. I'm suddenly overwhelmed by a sharp pain in my chest, as though my heart were being torn asunder, followed by flashes in the ribs, intestines, stomach and lungs. Also, when we die, the time rewinds. Engulfed in a deluge of torment, twisting and squeezing my entire body, I let out an agonizing scream. You. In my fading consciousness, the only thing I could perceive was the deceased flesh reconstructing in a blazing manner.
앞으로도
You
끝내주게
suffer plenty from now on,
고통스러울
Dante.
겁니다.
And the voice of the man with red eyes. Okay, so it seems like we are rewinding time. I hear the howl of a beast somewhere. It cries ceaselessly. Is it wailing out of hunger? Or
움찔움찔거려.
they're being
일어난
itchy
걸까?
twitchy? Did they get up?
드디어 정신을
Awake at
차렸고
last. I would have been a
버티지
tad
못하고
bit
골러갔으면
disappointed if you crouched on
조금
us.
실망할 뻔했어.
상쾌한 아침. 나는야 버스
Bus
기사.
driver.
카런.
Fresh morning. This is Sharon, the bus driver.
아침은 아니지만
It's not morning,
상쾌하긴
but I could guess it's refreshing.
기분이
How do you
어떻습니까?
feel, Dante? Well, I
제각거리는군.
keep talking like a clock. Ah,
의사소통이
language barrier
안 되는
this
건
is.
제법 곤란한데 저는
you may call me
베르기리우스라고 합니다.
Virgilius.
이 말이
Virgilius.
제대로
You can
들린다면
understand what I'm
뭔가
saying. Give me some
이해했다는
kind of
행동이라도
reaction, Dante.
취하시죠, 단테.
I gave him a quick nod since he didn't seem hostile.
좋아. 듣는
Good.
것엔
At least
문제가
your hearing is functional.
일단 출발하지.
Let's ride,
카론.
Sharon.
출발할게.
Sharon, right?
부릉부릉.
Now departing. Vroom vroom. There was a heavy roar and vibrations, as though they echoed from the bottom of a deep mine. It was then that I realized I was aboard the bus. A bus. I can't be sure if I've ever ridden such a vehicle in the past.
당신이 누구였는지는 기억합니까?
Really? Isn't there? I thought like there's like subways and all that stuff and trains in the city, right? Do you remember who you were? I shook my head to say no. I had been reminded that my head was now a clicking mechanism.
원래 기억을 되찾고
I suppose you want your memory back. Am I right? I nodded. I sure feel like an idiot. Smooth as it gets. What's to stop the rest of you from adopting this gesture-based communication?
어떻게 생각하지?
Any words of yours, Miss Faust?
파우스트는 사양하고 싶어요.
Faust will kindly turn down the offer.
저희가 매끄럽게
I
몸을
doubt
움직일 수
we'll
있는
have that much
상황이
freedom over our own bodies most of the time. She's the one who spoke to me back in the forest. Her silver hair that glistens even without sunlight gives off a rather mysterious air.
단테.
Dante? Come to think of it, the red-eyed man had been calling me that too.
단테는
Dante is your
당신의
name.
이름이에요.
The amnesia must be
이름까지
affecting
잊으셨군요.
you rather severely. Sure, looks like it. That doesn't sound like a familiar word.
점차 익숙해질
You'll
거랍니다.
get used to it in time. Wait, can understand me? The group that attacked me earlier, and that Virgie or whatever he was called, seemed to hear nothing but taking from me.
파우스트에게는 제대로 된
Faust
단어를
can hear what you
들린답니다.
intend to speak. You really can? But how? I don't even have a real mouth.
그런 구시대적인
Outdated
발상은
ideas must be one of
바꾸어서
the
생긴
side
걸까요?
effects that came with your head replacement.
성대나 혀 따위의
It's
발성기관이 있어야만
anachronistic
대화를 할 수
to think
있다는 것.
that vocal organs such as
시대착오적인
the
이야기죠.
cords or tongue are necessary to participate in conversation. Anachronistic. Right. Never considered that.
당신의 말은
You can limit the
한 사람에게만
recipient of your
보낼 수도
words to one person, or
모두에게
choose to
전달할 수도
speak to
있답니다.
everyone at once.
아,
A little
모두라는 말은
clarification.
수정해야겠군요.
When I say everyone, I'm only referring to the
해당하는
sinners. Sinners?
당신의 뒤에
The people who have
앉아있는
taken seats behind you,
방금까지
and the ones who
당신을
fought in your
대신해서 싸운
stead
사람들을
until moments
말하는
ago.
겁니다.
So thou art the final piece that completes our journey's task. How I have yearned for this moment.
머리통은
Hey,
어디다가
pal.
팔아넘겼어?
Where'd you sell your old cranium off?
당신이었군요.
It was you.
당신 덕에
Thanks for putting my spine back into one piece. Were you a surgeon or something in the nest?
의사일이라도 했나요?
다들 닥쳐.
Everyone quiet.
차분히
Nothing is more
겹치는
displeasing
것만큼
than to hear a choir of noises.
자기 소개가
I suppose you
필요한 시점인가 보군.
owe them a brief introduction.
그럼
I'll give you time
가벼운
to make
인사를
yourselves
나눌 시간을
known,
주겠다.
starting with the closest one.
앞에 앉은 것부터.
Go on.
왜 이름은 항상
Why
앞자리로
is it
던지지?
always the ones in front that go
앞에 나서는 이제
first?
진절머리가 나.
I'm sick of taking any sort of lead now.
당신이
I
우리를
hear you
이끌
were gonna be our boss, or yeah, our
관리자라고
manager. Okay, so it's like I feel like it's gonna be like a lobotomy times library. So the corporation and the library, it's the gameplay. I feel like it's something like that. I think the gameplay is like Library of Luna, but the overall strategy, like managing like a bus, it's gonna be like a Lobotomy Corporation.
그래. 그래서 어떤 인물인지
Yep,
굉장히
which is why I was
궁금했는데
really
말이야.
curious to meet you. And
역시
forming the right sentences is tough work.
머리통은 어디
I don't know what you did
모르겠지만
with your old head, but I guess everyone has their story.
나는 그레고르라고
I'm
한다.
Gregor. We're in this
잘
together,
부탁한다고,
manager,
관리자 양반.
manager Bud. Wow, there's a lot of backstory. This sinner is relatively easy to handle in terms of personality. However, an upsurge of emotion or a sudden change of environment may cause parts of or the whole of its body to transform into insectile. What? Notably akin to a carapace resembling that of the blank tissues. If you do not wish to be a rude manager, not that you're obligated to be nice, we recommend keeping your facial expression in check so that your disgust is not visible to him. He sometimes uses cynical language, but he can still be reasoned with, and you can get around him without much difficulty as long as you can learn the knack of it. I'm not sure. Would that be
이제부터 우리한테 엄청난 돈을 가져다 줄 사람한테
Is that gonna be relevant? Hopefully not. That's a lot of things, information to manage. Gregor, they aren't just your bud or pal. You're talking to the person who will make us filthy rich.
그래?
Greg? Rich? What's that about?
양반보다는
Let's see.
단테.
What's better? Dante. Don't mind me if I call you by your name. You can call me Rhodia. Rhodion. The unfortunate traits of being backstreets born are apparent in this sinner. She loves money, gambling, and betting, so it is advised to pay close attention to her as the manager. She tends to deflect orders with an unimpressive wink or silly joke. We recommend taking a stern stance at times to remind her that you are her superior. Her mood may be down at irregular intervals. There is nothing you can do to aid her in that state, so we recommend waiting for it to pass.
난 당신이 우리의
Okay. I think there's a good reason you became our manager. I'm sure you used to be a big deal back in the nest, right? When your old habits start coming back, we'll be that much closer to rolling the dough. He does have a sociability. He does have sociability. Sociability? Okay, more like she is very social or something like that. In that nature, I'll give her that. Oh gosh, look at me keeping on. Hey Kit, it's your turn next.
안녕하세요.
Sinclair. Boring. That's it? Oh, I'm Sinclair. Even with the volatile nature of human growth around his age taken into consideration, this sinner seems to get particularly startled or frown when spoken to. He isn't used to real combat at the moment, meaning that he may struggle to keep himself together at the sight of something as mild as spilled innards at first. As there may be those with violent tendencies among your crew, we recommend taking an approach focused on positive reinforcement with this sinner. He appears to possess a murderous gaze that he himself isn't aware of. This is a hopeful sign that he has the potential to grow into an expert of our company's profession with the right stimuli. Wait. Okay, so the game is named Limbus Company. So I guess the bus is supposed to be Limbus Company? This boy looks awfully unnerved. Did he even join the company of his own accord?
더 해야 할 말이 있나요?
Is there anything else I need to say? I've never worked for a company before. Well, you'll learn the ropes in the coming days. Okay then, how about you next, nerdy pal?
이상이라 하오.
I'm Isan. Formerly the youngest chief researcher at the Redacted Wing, this sinner possesses higher intelligence compared to most others. We estimate that everyday conversation with this sinner will prove difficult for managers selected by our current screening process. Avoiding communication altogether will pose a risk on its own, however. If the sinner remains silent for a long time, that means he is currently possessing a line of deliberate thought. We recommend waiting patiently for him. So it feels like we're like those introductions there. It feels like they're more for abnormalities. Like the information that we get from like researching abnormalities in Lobotomy Corporation. That's it? No smoke or mirrors. I waited for him to reveal that he was pulling a prank or something. But he just stared vacantly into the window, disinterested. I can't believe you people. Aren't proper introductions the first step to being a member of society? Ishmael. Call me Ishmael, if you please. You may be disheartened by the defective state of many of your sinners, but do not worry, this sinner is one of the few who can carry out most missions without much complaint. She is likely to make reasonable judgments, so it is a good idea to start conversations while looking her way if you're seeking sound advice. However, you mustn't forget, this sinner has survived an absurd voyage in a far and wide body of water. Her patience may run deep, but once you take a wrong turn with her, it will be a difficult task to regain her trust. How many more are there? I heard you glued our bodies back together from pieces. I look forward to working with you. She gave a polite bow before returning to her seat. Although she emphasized society? Society? What? She didn't feel like the most amicable sort. Is this a word? Sociality. Sociality?
미안하게 됐네. 나는
Probably
사회생활하고는
sociality?
거리가 좀 멀어서.
I never heard of it being used much at all. Sorry to disappoint because I don't care too much for fitting in.
히스클리프,
Name's
멋대로
Heathcliff.
부수고
Used
깨부수는
to be a
일은
professional
전문으로
wrecker
다녔지.
for property and people alike. Number 7. This is, I can't read this. This sinner prefers to take action rather than wait for logic to dictate his course. Oh my god. I can't read this. His thoughts and feelings are blatantly visible in his demeanor, and he has no intention of hiding them. His brashness may cause headaches or physical injury leading to a headache in the process of forming a relationship. Please do know that this is not an indication of serious damage to the sinner's thought process. If his fit of rage persists, please contact the Human Resources Department. Once you realize that he is the type that tends to be simple-minded, you'll have an easier time handling him. Not under anyone's orders, mind you. I only did it to buggers that got on my nerves. So you better watch it. I'm deathly allergic to cocky gaffers who think they can boss me around. I don't think I've done anything to give that impression yet. It's my turn to speak. How do you pronounce that? Don Quixote? Yeah, it's Don Quixote, right? Don Quixote. There's no sinner that can outmatch this one's level of passion if we were to measure it. An avid aficionade of all things Fixer, she adores her. Oh, it's her. She adores herself with a variety of Fixer-related merchandise. It won't affect her performance in combat one way or another, so there's no need for you to restrict her from keeping her decorations. She is deeply immersed in the role of a righteous Fixer, hence the exaggerated mannerism akin to those of an actor. Has such a thing ever existed, really? It's advised to play along with her for a smooth mission. I'm a Fixer who shall sprint for the dream side by side. A pleasure to have thee. Fixer? That definitely feels like a term I used to know. Does thou wish to know what it is? I can answer that question. Fixers are protectors of the city. Perchance thou mayst struggle to remember the city. I believe I said this was for brief introductions. Don't make me say it twice. Next. My name's Hong Lu. I hope we can get along well. A sinner who had lived an affluent life before becoming our company's asset. As such, he has a certain admiration for free life. But occasionally, he may make ignorant and unsavory questions in regards to the food he cooked by a certain other sinner or other aspects of the lowlife's lowly culture. This can cause significant irritation for the other sinners. However, it is important to note that no sarcastic undertones are contained in his curiosity-driven inquiries, so it is ill-advised to let them get physical over it. Wow, and look at you! Isn't that a fascinating head there? A popular model these days, I suppose? No, this isn't that kind of... It's not my interest though. But how's wrong with your attitude? Heathcliff looked to be just moments away from swinging his bat. But when he realized the red gaze laid on him, he grunted and sat back down.
요슈.
It's usual. As they say, every person has their own creed, and it's only right to respect it as the executive manager. But with some creeds, you will have difficulty in even simply pretending to sympathize. You will have noticed that the sinner in question is a silent chain smoker whose eyes shine with a euphoric gleam only during battle. She believes that seamlessly destroying the enemy's heads is an uncontrolled act and a step backward for art. Caution: this sinner's background is one that even our company may have trouble handling. It is advised against making her breed personal resentment towards you. Okay, so we have red here. Red is pretty like strong.
요르슈크.
Very nice to meet you. At what point was I supposed to laugh?
메르소, 그렇게
Mersault.
불러주시겠습니까?
Please refer to me as such. How many are there? Wants clear and concise commands, requiring no judgment on his part. You're pretty polite.
특별한 것이 아닙니다. 그저 보통의 태도입니다.
This isn't anything special. I'm simply behaving normally. I'm almost touched. Merci.
네,
Yes. It felt as if something were gravely amiss with him, but I can't seem to pin it down exactly. Number 12? Okay. The way she scanned me up and down was a little daunting. I felt almost compelled to bow to her, but she stopped me with a motion of her hand. Please, I'll never make my manager grovel before me.
당치도 않습니다. 본인은
My name is
오티스라고 합니다.
Otis. I would like to apologize for my
이전에
rudeness
실례했던
earlier.
분들 사과드리고 싶습니다.
This sinner could serve as an excellent advisor depending on her capability. However, she also has a meddlesome tendency, so it is recommended to keep her satisfied with short replies of agreement. She is an expert when it comes to tactics and various pearls of wisdom about life, making her advice all the more valuable for your mission. In addition, she possesses a vast knowledge of workshop technologies. You could trust her with simple repairs of the bus. Notice, unlike the other sinners, accessing records pertaining to the past of this sinner is not permitted. Okay. Warning: keep an eye on this sinner and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intelligence for purposes other than completing our company's mission. Rudeness? Oh please, your generosity is
마음마저
a
이렇게
humbling
넓으실 줄이야.
sight.
역시
I knew at first glance
처음부터
that you
저희를
have
이끄실 분이라는
what it
걸
takes to
한눈에
lead us.
알아봤습니다.
Sorry?
인간의 대부분은
While most humans
서로가
cause noise and
소음과
friction as a
마찰을
result of
이끌어내지만
confrontation,
그중 소수는
some are able to
맞붙는
reap
것으로
mutual
서로에게
benefit
이득이
from
되는 경우가
coming
있다고
head to
합니다.
head.
검을
It
날카롭게
could be
벼르기 위해서
compared to the
그만큼
relationship
강한
between a
숫돌이 필요한
blade
것처럼
and a whetstone.
누구보다
I vow to serve you
관리자님을
with
위해
unrivaled
헌신하겠습니다.
devotion, executive
편히
manager.
써주시길.
My blade is yours to wield. That's reassuring. Thanks. I gave her an approving nod, even though I still don't get what she meant by her rudeness.
아까 숲에서는
I'm
불쌍하게
amazed how you
나뒹군다고
can
말하더니
sing such
잘도 그런
bold-faced
말을
high
성대
praise
밖으로 꺼낼 수
not too
있네요.
long after calling them a miserable, writhing wretch. I think I see now.
제가 마지막이네요.
Seems I am the
Faust입니다.
last. Faust is the name. So Faust. I guess she is a new Angela. The sinner who developed the engine of Mephistopheles, the bus operated by Limbus company. He claims that there is no one in the city who could rival her library of knowledge and wisdom, and she isn't necessarily wrong. You might find her high and mighty attitude when she allows you to converse with her displeasing, but as seen with how she treats everyone with subtle gestures of arrogance, there is no hope of her parting with it ever. We recommend simply nodding once and getting over it. Even though she is an unparalleled genius, we can't quite figure out how to use this one. Perhaps you could be the one to find out. We can't quite figure out how to use it, probably.
당신의 인생 중 한 번 만날까 말까
Use her, or maybe use her. A genius with whom you're lucky to cross paths even once in your life.
납득하지 못한 듯한
Sounds like you aren't convinced, Dante.
괜찮습니다.
Well, it's fine. You'll come to learn all in due time. Learn what?
파우스트가
That Faust is indeed a brilliant mind.
관측자가 깨닫지
When a
못한다 하여
proverbial tree
사실이
falls,
진실이 되는
the
일은
fact of its
없으니까요.
sound cannot be truth when the outside observer fails to recognize it. Okay,
소개는
that's enough
여기까지.
greetings.
단테,
Dante,
당신의
let me
직무를
explain your new
알려드리죠.
occupation. You mean as the manager?
관리자를 말하는 거냐고
You're asking if
묻고
the
있어요.
job you're about to explain is that of a manager. Come to think of it, that red-eyed man couldn't hear me, unlike the sinners. Okay,
맞습니다. 관리자 단테.
that's correct, Executive Manager Dante. You will embark on a trip to the Inferno with the 12 sinners who just introduced themselves. Wait. Okay, so so I guess this is based on the Christian religion. I mean, I guess there was also the other one, in I guess the White Knight, right? White Knight has the 12 sinners as well. Those are called sinners, I believe they're called sinners. And that abnormality is both in the Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Luna. But of course, like, it's easier to beat in the Library of Luna. And so there is some reference there to those 12 sinners, but I guess I'm not sure if this is the same concept. Probably the same, like, depending on like we are talking about Project Moon here, so I think they are having some sort of connection to White Knight, but I'm not sure. The Inferno? Why should I go to hell? They're asking why they need to travel to the Inferno. How about this? Treasure awaits at the end of the road. Would that suffice? You mean I used to be a treasure hunter or something? It can't seem to get you at all. I did not ask for your understanding, Dante, nor was this a question of your willingness. You'll have to listen to me if you want to reclaim your memories and original head. I mean, I don't want them back, but I do want them back, but they're hesitant. Miss Faust, what will we do if Dante keeps on refusing to cooperate? This was not a scenario we anticipated.
무슨 말씀을?
Preposterous. Faust anticipates every possibility. Dante, once you've completed all your missions, you'll be able to engrave the aspect. I can promise you that. Engrave the aspect. Aspect, a word that strikes my mind intensely. Even though my memories are gone, my underlying instincts are responding strongly to it. Led by intuition, I make my choice. there?
고개를 끄덕이잖아요.
You're nodding.
좋아.
Good. Then we
계속
can continue.
가면 되겠어. 그런데 카론,
By the way, Sharon,
아까부터 왜
Sharon,
출발을
why
안
isn't the
하고
bus
있지?
moving? Were you
좋았나?
dozing off?
버스 기사는
The
졸음
bus driver only
쉼터에서만
sneezes at rest spots
내피 앞에
where those were
이상한
hanging
놈들이
around in front of
서성이고 있었어.
Mephi.
카론
I
말했잖아.
told you, Sharon, if
버스에
anything
무슨
happens
일이
to the
생기면
bus,
곧바로
you got to
알려야
let me know
한다니까.
right away. Mephi? Who's that?
메피스토펠레스.
Mephis?
이 버스의 이름이자
Mephistopheles.
버스를 구동하는 엔지니어.
Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles? The name of this bus and the engine that runs it. And Faust's
그리고
magnum opus
파우스트의
of
심혈을
course.
기울인 역작이죠.
지옥을
An
순항하기에는
ideal full boat to
걸맞는
bear us
나룻배가
across the
아닐 수 없지.
inferno.
그렇게
Wouldn't
생각하지
you agree,
않습니까?
Dante?
단테.
I wasn't sure what he was getting at, so I turned away to look through the window instead of giving him a reply.
보아하니
Looks like they're just
뒷골목에
another
기관한
pack of dirty
익숙한
rats living
쥐새끼들이군.
in the back streets.
마침 잘
This is
됐습니다,
just the right time,
단테.
Dante. They should make perfect targets for practicing your
더할 나위
command.
없는 조건이군요.
단테,
Dante, I
처음
skipped over
전투에서는
many
생략한
details during our
부분이
first
많았어요.
battle.
제대로 설명할
We were
시간이
short on time after
없었으니까요.
all. Okay, so this is the actual tutorial.
하지만 그런 식으로
However, we'll
전투가
be starting frequently if no improvements are made to your strategy.
당신은
And in
우리를
turn,
살리기 위해 의미 없는 고통을
you'll have to endure senseless pain over and over again to revive us. Pain? Revive? You mean what happened earlier was...
네.
Yes, we were brought back to life
시계를
because you
돌려주었기에
turned back the
우리는
clock.
살아나는 거랍니다.
I don't believe that
당장
much is
필요한
necessary,
설명은
Miss
아닌
Faust.
듯합니다. 자잘한 담소는
Save your
나중에
chatter for later, sinners.
너희들
Off the bus.
전원 하차.
전투에 대한 설명을
Allow me
이어가죠.
to elaborate on combat. Okay, so I guess we only have 12 people to work